mở đăng program những con dây hơi chậm. Mình dưa nó ra nữa mình cho sao nó tục trên tới là từ mưa tiền được chuyện này giúp mình có mau bên ta rất cái nào đây
the ministry of the appointed son's fulfillment today. When you hear the message I am bringing to you, wherever you are, whatever part of the world you are, and whatever you are doing right now physically, and you don't know this spiritually, probably what you have known is only religious knowledge. As you are in the grave spiritually right now, that won't make you live. What will make you live is when the cause of death is going to be taken out of you. And then the spiritual life of obedience to His will be embedded within you, replacing the spirit of death, which is disobedience to the Father's will. And now this scriptures that is being fulfilled today is for all of you. And this is what it says.
Yes, Pastor, in John 5:28-29, marvel not at this, for the hour is coming in the which all that are in the graves shall hear His voice, and shall come forth, they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation.
Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming in which all that are in the graves shall hear His voice. How many times did I say that the graves being talked about here are not physical graves, are not material graves? Our body is our own grave. It is the grave of our spirit, which is dead. So either your body becomes a temple where the Spirit of the Father lives, or it becomes a tomb or a grave in which the Spirit of the dead lives. So when you are physically alive, but you are spiritually dead, your body is not a temple, it's a tomb. And this is where this verse comes in, that when I talk to you and you hear my voice, you are physically alive but are not in full knowledge of what I am trying to tell you, and you have not yet accepted this message, and you have not been declared sons and daughters of the Father Almighty, and you have not fully repented, and you have not fully surrendered your life to Him through your freedom of choice, then you're a grave, you're a tomb, and you're listening to me. Your soul is listening to me right now, and when you hear my voice, then and make a decision to accept it or reject it, that will also determine your eternal destiny. And in verse 29 it says, and shall come forth they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation. So, when all that are in the graves will hear my voice, those that are listening to me right now that are spiritually dead, they are in the graves. They are listening to me. Those that have done good will come forth. unto the resurrection of life. Who are those that have done good? Those that have listened to my message and then accepted my message, and they have repented. They will be resurrected unto life. What is life in the sight of the Almighty Father? Obedience to His will is life. That is what He wanted to have in us, that we inherit from Him, the Spirit of life. That comes from Him. That is the righteous seed I am talking about ever since. But what happens to those that will reject this message? They are those that have done evil. And they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation. So this determines the destiny of people according to their choices. If you choose to disobey, or if you choose to reject my message, which when accepted will give you life, then you love death. Then you will stay where you are. You will have the full knowledge. You'll be resurrected into that knowledge, but unto damnation. And you know that because there is no forgiveness of your sin, because you have not surrendered that sin, and you have not been forgiven because you elected to disobey, and you elected to reject the message. That is why there's no forgiveness. When there's no forgiveness, there is only damnation. So the choice is yours. The harvest is happening right now. The general harvest is happening right now, and this is in fulfillment also of Romans chapter 8, verse 19, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. There is a process in which people should know that when the seed is planted, the process of gestation or the process of incubation of the planted seed would happen. So you have to wait for the harvest. You don't harvest right away. You don't go back always to the field and dig out the seed that you have planted every time. If you do that, then if you are so impatient and do that every day, the seed will fail to germinate. The seed will die out and it will not come to fruition. But there is a period of waiting. There's a period in which the seed will germinate. There is a period or a time of gestation or a time of incubation in which the seed is given the chance to grow. So while you are waiting for it to grow naturally, it is the Father's process of giving it life that will then produce more life. In that process, you also have to do something. You don't dig out the seed. You have to create the environment for it to really grow healthy. So you have to clean out the weeds, you have to water it probably and fertilize it. Make the environment conducive for its healthy growth. And when that happens, you see the seed growing up. That is not your job. That is the job of the Father Almighty. Your job is to work out the environment for it to produce a healthy harvest. So when that happens, you keep on waiting, and then the life of the seed sprouts from the ground, as we have read last night in Mark chapter 4, verse 26 to 28, that when it has sprouted, then the process was described there. First the blade, then the stalk, and then the ears, then the full ear in the corn, and then the seed, and then the harvest. And when you see the seed come out, there is nothing else that would come out after that. And then the harvest. In the harvest season, that is when you rejoice. That is when you gather the fruits that have been born out of that one seed having its image in the original seed, having its image in the general harvest. This is exactly my ministry today. So I got my image from the Almighty Father, our Lord Jesus Christ, in the Jewish setting. The purpose why He came is to redeem us and to save us. What is salvation?